What's going on, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? We are amongst day two of this NFL draft. What's going on, Hoodlum? We are day two. Um, After I had time to digest what occurred last night, after listening to the Cowboys Jerry Jones press conference, man, talking about the newly acquired Mazi Smith from Michigan. I got a couple thoughts for y'all today. Right? But also I wanted to talk a little bit about potential selections for today. And I have a list of them selections, but first things first, man, we're gonna get into this Mazi Smith uh, selection, right? So I mean, for those of y'all, man, who attended that stream last night, man, when we was kicking it, y'all see my reaction of why pass up on Nolan Smith. Now this is gonna be right because we're gonna move on. We're gonna move forward, right? So we're gonna address this one more again, and then we're just gonna move forward. So listening to the press conference, the post draft press conference from Steven and them, they had pretty much made the statement that it was a debate. They thought about trading back, which would have been ideal, but pretty much if they traded back, they would have feared losing a pick that they wanted, right? Which was Mazi Smith, right? And it was, I believe Patrick Walker had posted this earlier that the Chiefs wanted to trade up for him. So if the Dallas Cowboys went back to 31 for that trade, you would have been out of Mazi Smith and you would have been out of Nolan Smith, seeing that the Eagles had selected him a pick before the last selection. So with that being said, right, if that's your guy, then that's your guy, right? Now, y'all did hear me say a lot that the draft, the best of this draft is going to be now, day two, day three. And I believe I seen something talking about the Cowboys only had like 11 first round type selections. Who to pick at 58? I got a whole list of that. We're gonna get into that. I got a whole list of that. But so if that's your guy, then that's your guy, right? Like I said before, it ain't the pick. It was just how we acquired the pick. What's going on, Bird? It wasn't the pick, it was just how we acquired the pick. And then listening to the press conference, so I was like, so you telling me that y'all had a D tackle that provided minimum pass rush in his career over a proven pass rusher who was a champion? So that what got me to kind of think, but then again, so I guess it wasn't. So I mean, I'll be honest with you, I find it hard to believe that the Dallas Cowboys really went on ahead, man, and stuck with BPA, best available. I find it hard to believe that they stood with, because no matter how good a D tackle is, you always take the pass rusher. But like I said, it ain't Mazi Smith is weak, because we know he's not weak, right? Y'all remember me giving a report on him when we first covered the D tackles. So we know he's not trash, right? And as I reviewed my scouting report yesterday, I said that he had the makings, the potential to be a beast. And I stand on that. So that's why I said I'm not upset with the player. I just that, there could have been other options in that spot, right? You just never know. Like why? I just always say pass rush. That's what happened in my mock draft, right? I'm like, even if you had Bijan or a pass rusher, you take that premium rusher because premium rushers don't fall on trees. Now they talked about I heard Will McClay speak on the pass rush potential of Mazi Smith. So basically, you're banking on that your D line coach and Dan Quinn is going to get the most out of him, which is not far fetched because Dan Quinn does get the most out of his players, right? But like I said, you basing it off just his athletic traits because he showed you none. And I could also go ahead and play a devil's advocate with you and say, how could somebody in college have all these physical traits but only have 1 sack in his career? I can play that game with you. But like I said, but you never know, right? A little bit more space, right? He playing with better players, right? Of course, he's gonna go against better players, but he playing with better players that's gonna take some of the pressure off of him, right? And what we brought him in to do was be that big D tackle. Yeah, yeah. I like the pick. Like I said, if Mazi was the pick, and I ain't mad. Like I said, I ain't mad at the pick. I'm not mad at the pick. I was more of damn. We passed on a pass rusher. It just seemed to me like we were just going for what we needed. But after what I've been saying for the whole offseason leading up to this point, I did say that the Dallas Cowboys needed to spend a premium pick on a run stuff from D tackle. And that's what they did. And they did that with good trades, man. Uh, so listening to his audio, right? Listening to him gave me, and it's crazy, man, because all the things that we said the day before the draft, uh, Mazi Smith checks them boxes. Mentality, check. An edge, check. Right? I see. Y'all know I said, man, I want my D tackles with some thug in them. I heard it in his voice, man. It's gonna come out, y'all. I heard it in his voice. He got that in him, man. So that was wonderful, man. That went on ahead and had me like Silk did in the meeting in my bedroom when they hit them high notes, man. Yeah, yeah, man. But the size and the athleticism is just there, man. Look, now he's probably gonna face a lot of criticism because of where he got picked, but then he shouldn't because at the end of the day, right? This pick is not predicated on him being an elite pass rusher. This pick is we spent the premium pick because we know we had to get you because we didn't want to lose you because we want you to anchor down on this defense. We want you to lead this defense and be in the force up the middle. And you don't necessarily have to get 10 sacks to be a force up the middle. We need you to man down this run game. We need you to absorb these double teams because we got a fragile linebacker in Leighton back there, and when we want to put Mike in there, and we got Damon Clark back there, we want all of them to be able to run and hit. So now you ended up in this offseason having zero nose tackles to re-signing Hankins, who's 330, and getting the big old Mazi Smith, who's also 330. So you got bigger. And you got a little more athleticism at the position, which is a plus, right? Because I believe that's why they got rid of Vanilla Gorilla. I believe that's why they got rid of Vanilla Gorilla because he had the size, he had the strength, but he didn't have the movement. So I believe that's what was a factor in them getting rid of Vanilla Gorilla. Yeah. If we wouldn't traded Kansas, we was going to get him, and they just won the Super Bowl. That tells you a lot about Mazi. Yeah. Yeah, because Kansas City, man, they do good in drafting them D linemen, man. Yeah, they do. So and that probably gave them the green light to do it. When the Kansas City asked about him, they was like, "Oh no," nah. They was like, "Oh no, my brother, you got to get your own." So but yeah, man, you ain't go. So we gotta. So I mean, we know that we ain't gonna say that though. But if he can give us, man, if he can give us that force up the middle, man, stopping the run, stacking them double teams, giving us the push, because one thing he does bring is push up the middle, and that's one thing that we lacked. We'll push up the middle, and that's what's going to help our edge rushers. So when they go ahead and bend that edge, the quarterback has no room to step up. So that's going to go ahead and give Micah Parsons maybe about 5 more sacks. That's going to go ahead and give Lawrence and them some more sacks. See, one thing that we've seen is we had dogs coming around the edge, but quarterbacks was able to step up because we had nobody being a force up the middle, pushing that pocket. So when you got that pocket push, when you collapse that pocket and that quarterback has nowhere to go, he has nowhere to step up, you're sitting duck. And going against these mobile quarterbacks, man, you need somebody to go ahead and push that pocket to get that boy flared out and get these boys into our DNs. And I believe that that's what Mazi Smith have the capability to do, right? And that's going to be crucial. So that's why you see Michael Parsons rejoicing. You see Michael Parsons rejoicing because his he ain't got to exert that much effort anymore to going ahead and bending the edge, beating the tackle, and then having to chase him back inside because we didn't get no push up the middle. So that's gonna go ahead, man. You're gonna see you probably gonna see. I don't know if you may see the same numbers as far as sack total, but you should see an improvement in consistent rushing from this team, seeing that you pretty much got the same rushers back. And then you got a more seasoned DN in what's his name? Sam Williams. So that should bring nothing, right? Now, even though we got Mazi, this D tackle still needs to be addressed. Because if I'm not mistaken, we really only have 3. Because I ain't counting Neville Gallimore. I don't never count him. Carlos gone. You got Bohannon, but hey, like I said, if a D tackle get benched for Carlos Watkins, man, it's almost safe to say that, man, that you just not that guy. So yeah, man, but we needed that, right? Because especially when we had Hankins out, we like, dang, man. You seen the big difference when Hankins was out, right? So if Hankins was ever to be out, then you got Mazi to come on and step up. Now, like I said, we need to go ahead and address this D tackle position some more, whether it be again in the draft. And I wouldn't be I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't be opposed to getting another one in the third. I wouldn't. And I got a name that I'll be happy with, that I'll be elated with. But we'll get into that in a minute. But yeah, man. So Mazi Smith, you ain't gonna Dallas Cowboys ain't gonna hear no ain't gonna hear me trash the pick because, like I said, I like the player, right? But now we just move on, right? We knew the draft class was kind of weak up top, so a lot of players was gonna get reached on some. And as mentioned before, the draft really starts today because the value of the players that we see starts today, right? And tomorrow. So you're gonna be getting some good players in the bottom rounds. That's why you see a player like Branch from Alabama fall to the second round, right? You're like, how? But hey, anybody who gets Branch is going to get a good player. Yeah. Facts, Jay Bird. Facts. But yeah, man, I didn't want it to be too long. But I did want to go ahead and start talking about day 2 and day 3 though, real quick. Right now that we got that out the way. I guess what I'm saying. I can't be mad because Cowboys did consider moving back to go probably get Mazi Smith, which we wanted, but it just didn't work out that way. So you had to do what you got to do. So you ain't got no argument from me, Jerry and Steven and McClay. You ain't got no argument with me. Now let's go ahead and get into these day 2 and day 3 picks. Some of the positions that I would like to see the Dallas Cowboys get is linebacker, O line, running back, uh, tight end, wide receiver. Well, we know what time it is, right? Probably pretty much everything, but maybe but a couple other positions, right? And so hey, you had me weak, Loke, with that Chief Keek. Man, hey, I ain't gonna lie, I see the picture of Mazi Smith, and he was looking real Don Terry Poe-ish. Let's hope we don't get that Don Terry Poe production, man. But so since the draft ain't top heavy, these are some players, man, that's available that I think will go good and and could contribute to Dallas, and I think they can contribute right away. The first that I'll tell you that I see on my list is Tucker Craft. Now, Laporta and Mayer probably will be gone by probably by the middle of the second round. But a player like Tucker Craft, especially if tight end is what we are seeking today, a player like Tucker Craft will do this team some good. Tucker Craft is underrated and has the athleticism. He gave me, like I said, if you had to really go ahead and give, you could say like a Dallas Goddard type of thing, right? He wasn't gonna give you and he was used a lot. He was used a lot in lead blocking. He had good athleticism to go ahead and stretch the defense. I think Tucker Craft paired up with Ferguson will be a good match, right? Now, of course, I got Mayer and Laporta though, but I'm just being realistic, and it's a possibility that they probably gone. But if they for some reason ain't gone, then I'm kind of looking more for the Laporta. The next player I had on my list is Overshown, the linebacker from Texas, former safety. I like him. I think in the third round would do this team some good. I like Overshown. He a hitter, right? I think he can go ahead, man, and bring some more toughness to this team, right? Because one thing that the defense was lacking, especially, was some toughness, man. And having Overshown and Mazi Smith, you definitely gonna have people that's gonna go ahead, man, and bring some toughness to you. Because one thing Overshown is a hitter. The next dude that I seen that I would love for this team to get is Byron Young from Alabama, one of the best run stuff and D linemen in this class. Top three. Let's be honest with you, top three. His technique is wonderful. The man got some good technique, man. Now he ain't gonna give you much pass rush. He don't have the athleticism like a Mazi Smith though, but his technique and his block shed, man, is crazy. I love, man, like if you ain't seen Byron Young can play, man. If Byron Young can be a piece, man, that you can throw inside. If you want to go ahead and go goal line, throw D in. Byron Young can go ahead, man, and do this team good. And if you have Byron Young paired with what this prepared with what we got so far with Osa, Hankins, and Smith, hey, look, man, there shouldn't be nobody running this football. I'll be honest with you. There shouldn't be nobody running this football. Yeah, I trust in Ferguson. Yeah, I trust in him. And Henderson, I wouldn't be mad if they went on ahead and went with them too. I wouldn't even be mad. And just go get you a little blocking tight end, another blocking tight end or something. The next one I want is Cody Monk. I believe that he's the best. He's probably gonna go to guard, but I believe that he's the best guard in the class. The athleticism, the only thing he's missing was some strength. Got the athleticism to go ahead, man, and get the job done and give you flexibility. I think you've seen him a little bit at center in the Senior Bowl, trying that out. He comes from playing tackle, man. I believe that you'll get a versatile player, man, who can pretty much play in any scheme. The only thing you got to do is just go ahead and beef him up. But who knows? He probably eating right now because he know that's what he need to do. The next player is, of course, Charbonnet from UCLA. I mean, we need a running back, and we definitely need a between the tackle running back. So having somebody like him, especially with the vision that he has, and especially the way that we run the football, I think will do this team some good. And if you go ahead and get somebody like Charbonnet, you can get a good 5 to 6 years at minimum, probably from a running back like Charbonnet, right? Charbonnet is a good football player that'll get the job done. He's good in the passing game. He got reliable hands, man. He's a safety. He'll be a safety net for Dak Prescott. And if you choose to keep Tony Pollard on this team, pairing Charbonnet with Tony Pollard would be an excellent duo. Also, the Tulane running back. I can't think of his name right now, man. I believe it's the Tulane running back, right? I like him. Somewhere maybe in that third round. He may be a third round. Maybe he might go higher because of how the draft is, though. Because you're gonna see some running backs coming off this board too. I like him. Um, what stood out to me the most, man, was watching him against that USC. That USC game, man, stood out to me. He was balling. He came to play, man. And it's like Tulane, right? I think Tulane in Louisiana, ain't it? But yeah, man, not too big of a college, man. Came through and he was a baller for him. I think too he would also bring some type of juice to this team, man, on day two, right? Another player that I got that I like is Trenton Simpson, right? Now Trenton Simpson, I think probably teams beef with Trenton Simpson is he not position specific. But if you're just looking for a piece, man, to add to your defense, man, a chess piece, man, Trenton Simpson might be your guy. Like I said, he can do a whole lot of things. And just adding a body like Trenton Simpson, man, that'll probably give you depth and probably save you roster spots. To be honest with you, it'll probably save you. It'll probably save you a couple of roster spots, and you can go long at a position because of his flexibility, right? So Trenton Simpson definitely he's an athletic specimen for sure, and I think that he can go ahead, man, and also bring something to this team. Another linebacker, Henley from Washington State, man. He got the characteristics, man, to be a good one, man. He just needed to clean some things up, though. But he could be a very good linebacker, especially paired up with Damone Clark. For Dan Quinn, I can see it happening. I can see it working real well. Damone Clark and Henley, that'll be a nasty duo. That'll be a very athletic duo because Henley, for sure, can get sideline to sideline. Like I said yesterday, maybe if I had to give you a comparison, I probably can make us tell you Roquan Smith. To be honest with you, I can see a little bit of Roquan in him. The next one that I think should be is Cam Smith. Cam Smith, if I had to give you a comparison, Asante Samuel, not Junior, but his dad. I seen that the way he plays, I know he studied a lot of Asante Samuel because I seen Asante Samuel in that boy. So yeah, man, you know what time it is, man, with Cam Smith, man, and I think that'll go ahead and translate. And I think, man, that ball hawk in him could go ahead, man, and translate. And hey, having two ball hawks in your secondary, come on, man. I mean, that's a pick machine right there, right? Joey Porter, right? Today's the day that he got off the board, right? So if he somehow failed, I wouldn't be opposed to Joey Porter, man. A good solid corner, man. Physical corner, man. Like I said, man, he ain't top tier. I mean, as seen for his drop out of the first round. But a solid corner indeed he is, man. And he still could go ahead and bring something to the table for this team. Now I already covered Laporta. And also who's still out there is Torrance. Florida guard, Torrance, man. Torrance can go ahead, man, and add some value to this team. Like I said, he's not to me, he ain't better than Cody Mock, but Torrance, big guy. I think Torrance is 320, maybe 330, can move, right? Definitely need to play more physical. right? So that's probably be a knock against him. How could you be 320, 330 and you playing like you 280, right? So that's probably a knock against him. Also Schmitz, what is it? The center from Minnesota. I like him. I like him. Solid player, power player, big player, man. You want to go ahead and run the ball, definitely add Schmitz to the equation. You definitely can do that, and he can give you center slash guard versatility. So if you chose not to want to go ahead, man, and pay Biotish, well, you got Smith to go in there. If you just needed the guard, man, you can go ahead, man, and knock him in there. So definitely give you some versatility and some power scheme. You can run that power with that boy, man. And last but not least, I'm pretty sure that I'm probably missing a player or two though, but this was on my mind. Last but not least, Ozolari, right? Uh, Rusher from LSU. I like Ozolari, and Ozolari could work with this team, right? A little bit different. He ain't the most bendy player, but Ozolari gives you production and he brings some power to the equation. And I also believe, right, not only Ozolari can go ahead and give you some good rushing, but he also can go ahead, man, and help you in the run game. But them is my selections. I know it's a lot, and I know probably a few of them is probably gonna go real early, probably the first 10, man. But hopefully, a player like Charbonnet, man, we go ahead and snatch that up, man, because I believe Charbonnet, man, to go ahead, man. Hey, the we already pretty much got a complete team, but nabbing a play, but nabbing a player like Charbonnet, with this offense, man. Oh man, I'm missing one. Hold up. Last but not least, y'all. The North Carolina uh wide receiver. And maybe Ringo. Yeah. Downs, yeah, that's it. Downs, Ringo, and Rashid Rice would have my interest. I didn't think that I had Charlie Jones in my mind, but I didn't think maybe Charlie Jones would maybe be a day. Maybe he might go in the third round or early fourth, though. That's where I kind of think, because with this draft ain't being deep, so maybe he might go third. And if they got a third on Charlie, then yes, add Charlie Jones to the equation on that, man. But ask Joey Porter about Charlie Jones, man. He probably go to sleep and man, and as soon as he closes his eyes, man, he see Charlie Jones, the way that boy cooked him, man. But but yeah, them is what I got. To be honest with you, the way that we built, I would love to have a player like Downs, because Downs would bring another dimension to this team as far as winning quick. As far as, if you want to say Downs, just say Cole Beasley. Just say the Cole Beasley production that Dak has always been missing since his rookie year. So that's what you think of Downs. Rice, I thought Rice had the physical characteristics and the right mentality to actually be a number one wide receiver in this league if it turns out to be that way. Ringo, definitely could be a good quality wide receiver, right? And at what and like I said, I don't know how this is gonna work, but you paying Gallup, and you also paying you're gonna have to pay CD. So that's why I would think a wide receiver might be in play today as well, because of that. Like, because this is, look, if Gallup don't perform, you're gonna have to get rid of him. I'm sorry. If he don't perform this year, you're gonna get rid of him. Cooks is on his last leg. You don't have Cooks as a long-term play. You may got him in the next year or two, but Cooks ain't a long-term play. And then you got CD to pay. So I would say that wide receiver will be something that you shouldn't take lightly if the opportunity arises, man. But yeah, man, them is my players. I know it's a whole bunch though, but I could see both of these players of the people that I name. I could see two being selected today, right? Unless somebody just go ahead just wipe them out all early in the second round, man. I could see that being available. If I had to give you a good little top three, man, I might have to tell you, man, Cody Mock, Charbonnet, And I'll be honest with you, with this team, man, I might have to go like Henley or something. I might have to go Henley. I think Henley gonna be a good player. I don't think Henley being talked about enough, right? I like Overshown, and if Henley and was to be gone, Overshown would definitely be somebody that I would consider. But especially what this team need, them three will be my top three for right now, right? Uh, the reason why the reason why I didn't say tight end is because we can mess around and lose out on Michael Mayer and Laporta and go get a player like Tucker Craft. So I'm not really tripping on that, man. But when you go ahead, man, and go the distance the way that you did, and go to the playoffs, man, and not perform, well, that's what you pick. But the cool thing about it is, if the Chiefs can go ahead and select players to keep filling their needs, man, there's no excuses why Dallas can't go ahead and fill their needs and get this future right with this draft, right? Chiefs went on ahead, man, and messed around and let go of Frank Clark. They let go of Frank Clark, and they went on ahead and drafted his replacement last night. So there's going to be a whole bunch of replacements being drafted soon. So if you mess around and see a tackle, I'm thinking this might be for Terrence Steele. They might not want to pay him. I don't know. Right? So there's some good players out here, y'all. There's some good players out there that can go ahead and be that can contribute to this team. It's just gonna see. I guess it's just gonna be where the pieces lay, where the pieces lay, where the dominoes, man, gonna fall. That's just pretty much what it comes down to with this one, man. Uh, yeah, man, I'm excited though for day two, right? Yesterday was a yesterday was a good day, right? We addressed a certain need, but today is gonna go ahead, man, and lay down the foundation of what's gonna go down with this team. Like I said, the first couple of days, man, you're gonna really see the foundation of this team. And Jerry Jones came out the woodwork and told you, "Hey, man, uh, get my ass whooped by San Francisco twice, back to back years, man. That didn't sit right with me. So even if I did have the pass rusher higher, Mazi Smith was definitely a priority, man. So if that was your thinking, Jerry, man, I ain't mad at it, man. Because yeah, man, I've been told y'all, man, we need them thugs. We need them single mom raised D tackles. Mock Laporta and Simpson. Yeah, I mean, shoot, any one of them I'd be thrilled to have, right? Mock could definitely. Hey, if Mock was here, uh, I wouldn't be surprised though. Still, in the future, if Mock messed around and took over for Zach Martin for the future, and you still kept Tyler Smith at left guard. Devin White. Devin White for sure changed his team. But he want to lead 10. Ain't he due to get paid? Devin White trying to get paid, ain't he? But, shoot, it ain't like they can't afford it, because they putting their money into the wrong things. Like, shoot, like I said, I will rescind that franchise tag from TP if it ain't too late. And go pay a player that you may normally wouldn't pay in the past. Because we know about Devin White. And then see, and this is why I said like a linebacker like Henley would do this team so good. When you get players like Hankins and Mazi Smith to keep your linebackers clean, running hit linebackers is a must. Running hit linebackers is a must now, right? You see, if you didn't have them type of guys now, you like, I might need me somebody, man, that can go ahead, man, and be better, man, when it comes down to block shedding. But now you pretty much guarantee that your boys is gonna be free and running. You got beef in the middle. You got 2 D tackles, maybe even 3 with Bohannon, right? I wouldn't be mad at the Bohannon as a third, man. He's gonna have to get right, man. He's gonna have to pick that up, man. He's too big. to be playing the way that he did, man. To go ahead and man and get benched by Carlos Watkins, man. He too big for that, man. So, but if he can get on board and do what we drafted him to do a couple years ago, that's 3D tackles and 3D tackles that should be here. Plus Osa. Like I said, if you got to trade up, man, use Neville Gallimore as a piece, man. I'm tired of him, y'all. Look, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I'm tired of him. I'm tired of Neville Gallimore. Yeah, yeah. Cause I think Devin White trying to get paid, and I'm pretty sure that he gonna want to demand to get paid as the best linebacker because you looking at that contract, you looking at that Roquan Smith contract, and you probably had to think like, man, he probably gonna get more than what Roquan gonna get. So I would have to look at that Roquan contract. You probably have to raise that thing up. Oh, so they can't rescind it? What about getting rid of it in a trade? Because don't if they was to trade him right now, they would have to get like a mandatory pick. I look, y'all. I still don't understand that. I still don't understand giving TP 10 million. I still don't understand that. Like I said, I ain't gonna question Mazi Smith, but I don't give a damn what TP do this year. I'ma always question why I give him 10 million. That doesn't make no sense. You already done paid Dalton Schultz. Look, Dalton Schultz is a good player though, but we didn't get the bang. We didn't get the bang for our buck with Dalton Schultz. Let's be real. We didn't get that bang for our buck. And a 10 million running back, man, that fool better be McCaffrey. TP better be McCaffrey this year, man. That fool better be McCaffrey this year. Man, that boy better be McCaffrey. You see, Jerry Jones is happy and everything, but bro, he got to hold that L, man. He got to hold that L. That's an L. That's a big L, man. That's a big L. You signed Ronald Jones. I believe you got Malik Davis still. You got to hold that L, bro. You got that boy Turpin. Turpin been talking this all season. Turpin like, man, I'm determined to go ahead and get me some reps. And quite frankly, man, shoot, man, if Turpin does ended up being able to be an asset, man, his speed would just would be that much better, man, and add a dimension to the equation, though. But we're gonna be honest, though, man. I don't think his ceiling is probably Devin Hester at wide receiver for the Bears. That's probably his ceiling. I don't foresee him going ahead and getting a good bulk of the reps, man, at wide receiver, being an integral part. I don't see it. Maybe a Josh Cribbs or something like that. Now, Josh Cribbs got a little bit more than what they got. Yeah, maybe Devin Hester at maximum. When it's at the end of the quarter and we need you to go ahead and stretch that field, man. When we need you to go ahead and bait, man, see, test that safety, keep that safety up high. We're gonna go ahead and just run you on the streak or something, man. But cause he been had the opportunity, man. He been had the opportunity to showcase, man. It just didn't work out. But they didn't care about that. They brought you in as a returner. They want you in to return these kicks, right? And I'm sorry, this year I need something to the crib. I don't want to hear about Bone Fossil talking about we should have showed our hand and him taking 2 to the crib, bro. You know how long ago that was. I need something to the crib this year, man. Get that boy to the crib. But he did have some, but he did improve the return game a lot. So I ain't gonna hold it against him on that end, man, because he was somebody that teams had to worry about. So I'm not gonna go ahead and hold it against them or anything, man. But man, look, everybody need to step up. Everybody need to step up. Everybody, So yeah, but today look for offense. But we looking right, but I would take a split if I got a linebacker and a wide receiver or O lineman. I'm happy today. I'm happy. I'm happy. If I get if I get one of these top linebackers, like I said, I ain't too look, y'all. I think Sanders will now look. People like Drew Sanders, and he's solid, but I think I think he'll do his best money, and he'll be at his best playing a 3-4 outside backer. He's better rushing, and not saying that I didn't see good things in him at traditional backer, because I did. Him going against Alabama, he had a good traditional linebacker game. Like I seen him more at traditional linebacker, and then I seen him at the games where he was rushing. But I think if you want him at his optimum best, you need to go ahead, man, and have that man playing coming forward. But if they say, hey, man, Drew, come in, man, and give us some rushing, I'm fine with that, though. But I'll be honest with y'all. Mazi Smith, he set the tone in what this defense want to become. Like Michael McCarthy said, we want to get bigger and faster, right? So if you want to get bigger and faster, Drew Sanders shouldn't even be in the equation. I'll be honest with you. If you wanted to get bigger and faster, Drew Sanders shouldn't even be in the equation. If you wanted to get faster, Simpson, Henley should be in the equation, right? If you wanted to get bigger and faster, right? Because I like I said, Drew Sanders is solid, but he ain't twitchy though. He don't, he ain't twitchy. He a good football player. I think Drew Sanders will do good in Pittsburgh. I think he'll do good in Pittsburgh. Maybe Baltimore. Maybe New England. I think that's what Drew Sanders would do good in them type of environments. The way we've been picking and the way that Dan Quinn want to play, they would have to help me understand what would be the plan for Drew Sanders. What would be the plan for him? Right? Because you're going to have to because you got rushers. And I know you ain't bringing him in just to be a traditional linebacker. You're going to mess around and Jalen Smith him. Right? See, because we're going to be honest with you, right? Bro, there's no way that Jalen Smith should have been a permanent linebacker. You seen where he was at his optimum best at in Notre Dame, right? You were supposed to do what you did with Michael Parsons to Jalen Smith. You were supposed to rush him. You were supposed to play him at linebacker. You were supposed to do all kind of things with him, right? And I know the knee kind of affected him some, but that's what you were supposed to do with Jalen. Jalen ain't no traditional linebacker. And it's the same thing with Drew Sanders. Drew Sanders ain't no traditional linebacker. You'll be doing him a disservice. And you'll be doing your team a disservice by just keeping him at traditional linebacker. Any safeties that can start for us? Branch from Bama. But I think he gonna get cleaned early though. Branch from Bama. Battle from hold up, Alabama. Both the Alabama safeties, man. Yeah, both the Alabama safeties will do this team some good. What's his name? I think it's Jacorian. Is it Jacorian Bennett could give you some. He can give you some tweener. He can play the slot, and he can play safety. I like Jamie Robinson. Jamie Robinson. He gives me to give you a comparison, Jimmy Ward. That's Jamie Robinson, Jimmy Ward. So if you would like a Jimmy Ward out of this defense, somebody that can play in the slot and play some free safety, then that's him. So there's some good safeties out there for sure, Lo. And you do, and you're right. You do got to think about the future because Hooker ain't gonna be here long term. As much as he improved the defense in the back end as far as being a stabilizing force, you do got to think about the future. You got to think about the future with Kirks. The only future that you got for sure is Donovan Wilson. Because what are you gonna do with Israel Mukwamo? Is he a corner? Is he a tweener? Is he a safety? What you gonna do? So we don't know what they're gonna do with him, right? And then you got Marquise Bell, but Marquise Bell, if anything, will probably come into the role of a curse. So yeah, you're right. They would don't have to go ahead, man, and look at that safety. If you're just looking for a straight baller, now I know that he got an injury, so you might can go ahead, man, and steal him kind of late. Is JL Skinner. JL Skinner, that's a baller right there from Boise State. He can ball. He can ball. He's a leaner Cam Chancellor to me, but he got some cover skills on him too, though. He got some cover skills on him too, though. So he ain't just Cam, right? Cam may be a little bit more bigger, but I think he's a little bit better of a cover safety than Cam Chancellor. I like JL Skinner, but I know JL Skinner. I think he got a knee injury, if I'm not mistaken. So that's why you probably gonna see him fall, because if he didn't have that injury, he would probably be taken in this round with Branch. I seen somebody say Avila from TCU. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. I'd rather if you're gonna take that type of guard, I'd rather take Mafi. Hey, look, I don't care if the draft ain't deep. I still wouldn't take him in the second round. Deep or not, I still wouldn't take him in the second round. I would not. Oh yeah, I'm already getting alerts, Loke. Pittsburgh, people trying to go ahead and get Pittsburgh pick. Tennessee, Tennessee trying to trade up. So there's gonna be some action today. Oh yeah, there's gonna be some action today. Dallas though, even though they had the luxury of sitting, they might not have the luxury today. But you can use one of your players to go ahead, man, and leverage a move up if you have to, because somebody need a D tackle. Somebody need a rotational D tackle. So Neville Gallimore can definitely be in the picture regarding a rotational D tackle in a pick. So if Neville Gallimore by himself, I would only probably expect to get maybe about 20 cents for him. He lost his value a lot. Like it to me, because y'all remember, man, in the all season, I've been saying, man, hey, if anybody needed to go, it shouldn't be Hill. It should be Neville Gallimore. And what do you know? Neville Gallimore was the weakest link. Now, I'm pretty sure Hill was going to go eventually, because Hill wasn't a Dan Quinn guy, right? Hill was on the air because of his ability to get up the field quick. But after the way that we was playing, Dan Quinn was like, man, it's good, man. We just gonna go ahead, just remake it. And only Gallimore was here because Gallimore had a little bit of a size, and he's supposed to have a little bit of quickness, but he did none of that. Look, Oklahoma or not, y'all. Gallimore was a scrub. Gallimore was a scrub. He was a scrub, and it just wasn't gonna work. And it just wasn't gonna work, y'all. But yeah, man, this have running back. Like I said, running back will definitely be on my wish list today. Better put me more at ease, because even though Ronald Jones is here, TP, Malik Davis, that running back room ain't good enough right now. Let's be honest with ourselves, man. That running back room ain't good right now. Malik Davis gives you so many questions. Yeah, you may like it, but you didn't even give him a fair shot. You didn't even trust him enough to play him in a playoff game. So you can't be that big on Malik Davis, right? Because if he was really big on him, then you should have go ahead and let that man shine. If we're being real, TP coming off injury, so who knows? It might take him a while. He might not be the same. I mean, they thought that Gallup was going to go ahead, man, and strap up, man, and go ahead and get back to himself eventually during probably halfway through the season. And if they saying that, well, look at what he did. So ain't nothing to guarantee. And then you got Ronald Jones. He been a journeyman, right? It ain't like he don't got talent, because he do. Right? He got some talent. He can catch the football, man. He got a little speed on him, man. But all of these is complimentary running backs. But hey, if they want to go ahead, man, and just say, hey, man, we just go ahead and go get a bruiser. We just go get a bruiser later on in the fourth round or something. I'm cool with that too. I'm cool with that too. If they just want to go the complimentary route and have 3-4 running backs, man, ready to go at any given time, I'm cool with that, y'all. I really am. Because especially off all the money that you just spent at that running back position with TP, I'm cool with that, man. I'm cool with that. I just need somebody. I need a between the tackle runner, because we don't have that on this roster. We don't have that on this roster, right? Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Snug. Yes, sir. So, I mean, and I ain't gonna lie, I forgot to tell y'all this. Man, I was watching. Another linebacker later down the line. The Auburn linebacker. What's his name? Pop Post, something like that. Third, fourth round. I'm interested. I'm interested. I'm interested. The Auburn linebacker. But the Auburn running back, I told you I wasn't really too high on him, but he lightweight was growing on me. Man, who was I watching? I was watching somebody from Auburn again. I forgot who else I was watching, but no, I was watching somebody else and it was going against Auburn. I think I was watching Byron Young, matter of fact, and watching him go. The way I seen Tate Bisbee run, he lightweight grew on me a little bit more. And then I see Dallas did have a little bit of interest in him. So I'm like, oh, okay, because the film that I watched with him, I didn't see that. So he showed me a little something. And I watched some film on him, but I didn't see that. So, but I think that was like the year before, though. I don't think that was this year, though. So maybe there was something to that, though. So getting a player like Tank Bisbee in the middle, I'm for that. I can be for that. Yeah. I mean, I said I wouldn't say that's far fetched though, because once I see Bijan go that high and Gibbs go that high, I'm like, regardless of what these people say, running back, running back is still that. It's still valuable. Appreciate the donation, Snug. Appreciate the donation, sir. Appreciate the cash out. but but yeah, man, look. Hey, there's some money on this board today, y'all. There's some money on this board. There is some money on this board, y'all. There is. There is. There is. This is today. Hey, look. Dallas can't mess this up. Hey, look. First round, okay, I understand you couldn't draft. That was your guy, right? You had a couple, and they said that there was a couple D tackles. So to get me to think, did they like that Breesy guy that went to the Saints? I watched him. I liked his hands, but that gave me to kind of think, like, did they like him too? But there's some money on the board today. To be honest with you, the way this draft is, this is first and second round. This is the first round. This second and third round, you can count this as your first rounder too, because these guys got to contribute. They got to contribute, and I think they got to contribute day one. I believe so. Yeah, you got that because like I said, you always one player away. We didn't think that Tyler Smith was going to be playing left tackle, right? We didn't think that we was going to have the insurance. You had Ball, he didn't work out. Walesko got hurt. Smith was hurt. Still got hurt. So just because we coming in the season thick at a position, don't mean it's gonna stay like that. So we do gotta stay ready. And I wouldn't be surprised, y'all, if they traded one of these young linebackers. If they traded like a Cox or something, I wouldn't be surprised, y'all. Because if you trade a player like him, if you get like a player like Simpson or Henley or Overshawn, man, maybe one of the linebackers do go. Do they trust in them linebackers that they got right now? I don't think so. The only one that I will the only one that I will really be interested to see who they really trust in is Harper. Like we know Clark is here, we know Leighton is insurance, right? But I'm interested to see do they trust in Harper? Do they think he gonna be a Mike? Because if they think he gonna be a Mike, shh, it is low. Hella options, man. Hella options. Hella options, y'all. That's why I came. I'm over here, man. I had came back from the gym, man. I'm out here writing down all the options off the head. I'm like, damn, man. I'm thinking I'm only gonna have maybe about 5 to 7 plays. I mean, I'm out here just writing. I'm like, damn, there is hella options. Because the only reason why I didn't even say the safeties because I didn't think that would be like high on their priority list. Seeing what they already got and then bringing back Wilson. Because if any, because I would have, because I had Branch in my mind, but but because I like the player, Branch is a good man. I was watching the Ringo film a couple days ago, and I didn't know that the player when I originally watched Branch, I didn't know that was Ringo that he made that little game saving play on, bro. Hey, bro, he really picked Ringo up and really undercutted that ball in the end zone to send them packing. This was a safety doing that. Look, man, defense need a whole bunch of versatility with their cover guys. It's good to have a defense that players can cover and hit. That's Branch. It's good to have D linemen that you could keep in the game that can stop the run and rush the passer. That's Mazi Smith, right? Regardless if he get 10 sacks or 3 sacks, right? Somebody that can push the pocket, you can just guarantee that money as in rushing a passer, right? Because Hankins ain't gonna give you no pass rush. When you see Big Hankins get a sack, you like, okay, I see you, big boy. Like it's a surprise to you, man. Like, I didn't know you had that in you. But yeah, man. Linebacker, you got to get you a running hit, dude, man. Clark is big. Damone Clark, you got Leighton, you got size, man. You got speed. Leighton got speed, but I don't like to say what is because I don't want to put that on nobody, but Leighton ain't give you confirmation. He don't give you assurance that he gonna be healthy. So if that's the case, then what you got? You just got Damone. You got Cox that you're hoping that we're all hoping we see it in Cox, but it just hasn't came to this point. Harper coming off injury. I think Gifford gone. So linebacker is a priority. It is a priority. It is a priority. It is a priority, man. And like I said, I like Simpson, but something just scream at me and say Henley. Something just telling me Henley. And one thing about Henley, uh, one thing that I noticed with the Washington State linebackers is that they defense required their linebackers to do a whole bunch of things. So him having a whole bunch of responsibility won't even be new to him. It's just sometimes with him, he overruns his angles because he moves so fast. He moves so fast, sometimes he overruns his angles. I just wanted him to take better angles. Uh he a feisty running back. He see it, he gonna go get it, he gonna strike you. Man, how big was he though? Let me see. How big was he though? Let me see. I forgot how big he was. Let me see. He is. Oh, he's 6'1", 225. That's good size. That's good size. So as he gets into his grown, that's very good size for him. And as he gets into it, because he don't look that way, he hold it well. But as he gets into the grown man body, he gonna be 230 for sure. Uh, yeah, because in my notes I said that you got to keep him free. So that's why Mazi Smith would be like, damn, that is the whole thing. And and also, man, hey, we need somebody to spy some of these quarterbacks. So it's looking like all that now you got Young in the league now, you got Richardson in the league, you got these mobile quarterbacks coming in the league now. You're gonna need some QB spies. So Simpson, Henley, they're gonna have to spy, you know? They're gonna have to spy. But he got it though. He got it though. He got it though. Little weight room. Little weight room, man. A little film room. That's your guy right there. That's your guy. McCarthy can't afford to backtrack this season either with Kellen gone. Yeah, you right. You right. You right on that, Low. You right on that. To me, we need O-line and linebacker more than anything. Yeah. Yeah, I agree though. I agree because depth is missing when you're trying to go ahead, man, and put Josh Ball at guard. That tells me that it ain't working at tackle. I don't care what nobody say. Man, are you going to try to put Tyron Smith at guard? Absolutely not. Swing tackle not. We don't put swing tackles at guard. If he was going to be a guard, that would be known anyway. Oh, he could play tackle. It's kind of like Connor Williams. He could play guard. He could play tackle. He could play center. You're literally trying to put this 6'7" dude at guard. So just say this. If it ain't working out, just hold your L on that and just get rid of him. No reason to sit over there, you know what I mean, and try to go because you got tackle depth right on the team. Still can play both spots. Tyler Smith can go out there. You got Tyron Smith for however long he got, right? Zach Martin could pop out the right tackle. So you got options. It ain't like you don't got options to play around with. But who's your depth at guard, though, is the question. We want Tyler Smith there, and you got Zach Martin. And the only one you got is Fournier. Yeah, guard gonna have to be addressed. Definitely. Draft start at 6 Central today. 6 Central. It start early because he got that 2 rounds. 6 Central today. Yeah, you gotta watch out for Jalen twice. You gotta watch out for Daniel Jones, man. Right? Because quarterbacks like that shouldn't be running all over us, man. They shouldn't be. And what good is to stop that by having a D tackle that's gonna push it and having linebackers who can fast flow. And I'll tell you why I say the linebacker that I say with Henley is because if you go ahead, man, and you had interest in trading for Roquan Smith, then you definitely have interest in a linebacker that can do some of the things like Henley can. You definitely do. You definitely do. Let me see. I see Julius Brent. Julius Brent's got to go to safety. He was cooked food at corner. I'll be honest with you, his corner film was kind of bad. So if they draft him in, he got to go to safety. The Kansas State corner, he got to go to safety. Noah Sewell, I'm not big on him. Jack Campbell gone. Henley here. Simpson here. Overshawn, yes. The Alabama Toto, I forgot his name. And also another linebacker possibility is Dorian Williams for Tulane. Um, if you want to go ahead and go down the list, uh, Owen Papo, I like him. He just need a little bit of work. Uh, what's his name? And there's another one. He was a good football player, y'all, and he's gonna go, and he's not gonna go maybe to like the fourth round probably because he's short. But the Cincinnati linebacker, Pace, 5'10", 231. He a good linebacker. He a baller. Now, of course, the height don't worry me. Uh, but if you need you a Mike, man, that's gonna really come up and hit, man, Pace your guy. Pace your guy. Pat Poe is a running hit line. Pat Poe a hitter. At 6'2", 225 though, Pat Poe a hitter. Pat Poe coming with the boom. He coming with the boom for sure. Uh, but yeah, if you're looking for like a true middle linebacker though, Pace. Pace from Cincy. He gonna drop because of his height and stuff. But Pace can play. Pace can play. He a baller. Anybody who get him is probably gonna get I wouldn't be surprised in camp if he get up there and start, right? So, a tackle to tackle linebacker. He can come. I seen him when watching his film. I seen him always blitzing and get to the quarterback. He come with a pop, and even though he may not be tall, he's shorter, so he should win with the leverage because he got a strong lower body. So that's pretty solid right there. NC might have the top 4 teams in the entire conference except for San Francisco. Yeah, San Francisco, they tripping. Would I take wide receiver? Absolutely, Hoodlum. Absolutely. Absolutely. You think you can get at 90? Ooh. Hey, if you can get Henley at 90, I'm with it. Shoot, that'd be a steal at that point. Henley at 90 would be a steal. That'd be a steal. That'd definitely be a steal if you can get Henley at 90. But shoot, hey, just find a way to give me one of these quality linebackers. Find a way to give me one of these quality linebackers, man. And the rest is just let the draft board play out. That's what I would say. Just let the draft board play out. But they're going. Hey, the way that they came for linebacker is the way that they're gonna have to come. Let me see. Where's this other one that I seen? Where's the? Okay, there we go. Let me see. Because if you need a tackle, man, where that? Like I said, I like Jalen Duncan and Freeland. Jones is off the board. Darnell right off the board. DeJuan Jones. Cool. DeJuan Jones is just a right tackle. Now, I've been seeing people talk about Bergeron. Let me go back to my notes. Let me refresh on Bergeron. Okay, I had him as a good mauler. I had him as a better right tackle or guard. Strong finisher. Struggles with speed to power moves. Gives up a lot of ground on pass sets. Needs to sit better. Might struggle hitting moving targets when climbing to the second level. Average lateral quickness. Inconsistent hand placement. His hand shoots outside a lot. Okay, good first stat. That was because I've seen a lot of people talking about Bergeron on Twitter. So I just wanted to go ahead and get back, refresh my memory on him. that tells me that that's a guard right there. That's a guard, right? Even though he's playing tackle at 6'5", 318, and you struggling like that, you need to be in close. You need to be in close proximity. So you need to be at guard. So if Bergeron was the pick, I'm sure that would be a guard. What's going on, T-Dub? Simpson going before Drew. He should. He should. He's the better player. Because they can't talk about position because Drew Sanders don't got no position. Henley not going before Drew. I don't know, Hoodlum. I don't know about that. I don't know because if you look at like modern linebacker, Henley is a modern linebacker. He's the type of linebacker that teams need today, right? But a Nick Bolton linebacker, you don't go ahead and because there's still room for Nick Bolton, right? And that's why I said about pace, right? If teams just need a good football player, pace. Jalen Duncan, if you're looking to develop a tackle out of Maryland, fourth round, let's talk. But I ain't gonna lie to you though. He got the traits, but look, man, I don't think that Tua's brother, the Maryland quarterback, really likes him too much because there was a game where, it was bad. Well, he almost got that boy annihilated. Yeah, he almost got that boy annihilated consistently. But he definitely got the traits to be solid, though. And we ain't going to act like these teams don't be trying to go off of traits because Broderick Jones was nothing but a traits pick. Texans going to get Noah Sewell, please, man. As long as we don't get him, because I ain't too big on Noah Sewell, y'all. I'm not big on him. Yeah, I'm not big on him. Yeah, I'm not too high on him. Yeah, he didn't really stand out to me like that. Noah Sewell. What did I have with Noah Sewell? Let me see. Noah Sewell was. There you go. Let me see. Noah Sewell was. What did I have on Noah Sewell? Because Overshawn should go before Noah Sewell. But yeah, Noah Sewell, big his play, yeah, that's what it was. His play recognition. But going against Washington State, his play recognition was trash to me. But when he does get home on blitzes. I said he needs to improve block shedding, and that's a problem if you're 245 pounds. To me, I said he might be a Mike linebacker and a special teams type of player. He needs to be in box-to-box situations. He does have a good knack of hopping in passing lanes and deflecting passes. He does move well for his size. I give him that, right? 245 does move well for his size, though. But I seen he has no home being in space. He doesn't make plays consistently in space. And he's more of a downhill player. But I don't think that fits with the Cowboys. That may fit with another team, but I don't think that fits with the Cowboys, though. Now you want to see me go ahead, man, and pull my hair out, and I ain't even got none. Draft Noah Sewell in the second round. Draft Noah Sewell in the second round, man. You want to see me pull my hair out, man? Whatever I got left on top of this head, man. Draft Noah Sewell, man. Yeah. He was when I was watching Washington State though, I'm like, yo, his play recognition is trash. Like he looked lost watching that Washington State game. I remember that game like it was yesterday. He looked lost. I'm like, ooh, what's wrong with this man? I'm like, man, what's wrong with this man, man? That boy looking lost like a lost puppy out there, man. He's supposed to be a linebacker, man. Looking like a lost puppy. What's wrong with that man? But yeah, like I said, man, Dallas gonna have to they're gonna have to act a fool today, man. They're gonna have to act up. They're gonna have to go ahead, man. Shoot, can they go ahead and sneak 3 picks? Can they sneak 3 picks in here? Can they sneak 3? Man. Because I also put this out there. When I heard that Jerry Jones interview, I think it was a pre-draft interview. Jerry Jones want to go cheaper on that offensive line because he know he got to pay Tyler Schmidt. So we definitely gonna have to keep an eye on that. So that's why I'm like, as much as we like Terrence Steele, I know he got that second round tender on him. Is he gone? Is he signed? What they gonna do? Is they gonna pay Biotish? Because I hate to get nothing for him. I hate to get nothing for both of them boys. If he didn't want to sign them. Because there's a couple centers out there. I didn't really see too many. The best one I seen as far as because was Schmitz. What's his name? Titman, the Ohio State one. He got good technique, but he's small. Like, yeah, he a technician though, but he was weak. I think I said, yeah, I think Mazi Smith beat on him bad. Yeah, you want to see somebody get dominated? Watch Mazi Smith against that Ohio State center, and you let me know. and also I want to put this out there. They said that Mazi Smith didn't necessarily have a good TCU game, right? And I think that was a game where he was relying on his physical traits to get off. But let's not get it twisted, though. His one-on-one versus Avila, he beat him. Look, your boy's so strong, man. Your boy's so strong. He had Avila on skates, just driving him back. I'm like, and this is supposed to be the mauler, though. This is the mauler getting mauled. So that's what you're working with Mazi Smith, y'all. That's what you're working with. You're working with a beast as far as strength. When they say that boy's strong, hey, that's supposed to be one of the top guards. Manhandling them. Yeah, he had some plays, man, where he kind of got stuck on blocks. Needed to shed the blocks a little bit better. So that's why they probably said that his TCU game wasn't all the way there. But let's not get it twisted. You seen some plays, man, end on Avila of him getting beasted. Him beasting Avila. So when they want to go ahead and talk about that game, they can go ahead and say that boy ain't had a good game all he want to. But I look for one-on-one battles. When I see somebody going against somebody coming out and you supposedly supposed to be high ranked, I'm looking at y'all one-on-one. And I'm giving that victory to Mazi. Tell him I dare somebody tell me that. Would you try and trade up for Michael Mayer if he falls a little bit or stay in draft? Luke Musgrave, no. Michael Mayer, no, because the reason being that I wouldn't trade up for him is because there's if you didn't get him, there's still some tight ends that can go ahead and contribute to this team. That'll be good for this team. As mentioned before, Tucker Craft is good. Laporta is good. Who else, man? Let me go ahead. Matter of fact, let me look at my tight ends. Let me look at the tight end because I think I did about 12 of them. Let me look at the tight ends for you real quick. Let me see. So, yeah, so no, I'm not too now Musgrave is a big target though, but I think you can go other ways. So I think what will be good for this team is Laporta. Now don't get it twisted. Like I would if Michael Mayer is there, I say take him. If there's not no higher rated players, if tight end is what you want, take him because he's good. He's good to me. He's good. They question his separation though, but you don't need speed to separate. As Jason Witten. Yeah. So I would if I'm Dallas and I'm considering linebacker tight ends, whether it be a compliment to Ferguson or Ferguson being a compliment to them, I would go Laporta, Tucker Craft, Mayer, Braden Willis from Oklahoma. Yeah, that's kind of all. Now I liked Davis Allen. If Davis Allen was faster at least, I think he'd be rated higher on boards because his catch radius is. I like his catch radius. He got good hands. He a good red zone target, and he definitely was DJ. I can't pronounce his last name, but he definitely was his safety blanket. So like him, but I believe them tight ends would be more in play. Now Musgrave, I'll give you the. Let me say, I'll tell you what I had on Musgrave though. And also, I am not big on Darnell Washington. I'm not big on him, but Musgrave, I had. He's a big target, red zone threat, good hands. He works best up the middle in the seam. Can line up wide or be a traditional inline tight end. He's not explosive, right? And definitely not the strongest. He doesn't get much separation, but when you 6'6", 250, that's working in your favor. I said that he needs to play through contact better. And he has physical limitations. He's more of a number 2 type of tight end. I mean, to answer your question on Musgrave, if they got him later, I wouldn't want him in the 2nd or 3rd round. But if they got him in the 4th or 5th round, I'm not against it because you can't argue. Like 6'6" with this team, and all you gotta do is just throw it up. I like that matchup a lot, right? Just go ahead and box him out. If he learn how to box out, because he is a good red zone threat. So if they want to go ahead, man, and add him to the equation of the tight ends that we got right now, I think it could work. He just will have to be a complimentary tight end. He can't be my main dude. But I definitely can see him in a good complimentary role. But I definitely wouldn't want him today. If they was to get him, he have to go Saturday for me. If they got him Saturday, I say is a good value just because of the big bodiness. But I'm like, if I'm gonna go big body, then I might as well go with the Clemson tight end because Clemson tight end he got the the Alabama tight end, but yeah, the Clemson tight end, he's 6'6", 250. So if anything, I would take the Clemson tight end to do the same thing that I would require from Musgrave because the Clemson tight end got sticky, and I like the way that he adjusts his body to make them. He got a nice catch radius, so I believe that nice catch radius being 6'6", 250, because his catch radius is bigger than Musgrave's. So I definitely would like Davis Allen over Musgrave if they're gonna go ahead and look for a complimentary tight end. I definitely would take Davis Allen because of his catch radius, because he's a different player than all the tight ends that you have right now. And to be honest with you, his hands is probably the best out of all your tight ends that you have right now. But the only thing lacking on him is just that his he ain't got no speed. But the cool thing about it is, even though he ain't twitchy though, I tell you like this though, even though he not twitchy, I did see some Jason Witten in him as far as him being deceptive and getting open. Him, I'm milking him in a short to intermediate routes. I'm not really going long with him, but I'm gonna milk him 3rd and 3. If I needed 4 yards, where you at, Allen? Go ahead and use your big body. He'll go ahead, box him out, grab it. So I definitely could see that. So if anything, if they go tight end later on, I like Davis Allen in that department. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm sitting here thinking, just listening to Mazi draft. Hello. Oh yeah. It's all good, Snug. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, it's all good. I mean, because I know people got their favorites. And I understand that, but I'm like, if you want to, but I'm like, if you, because look, we can get away with Ferguson being our one. Ferguson is a good tight end. So if we drafting, either you just add it on to something good, right? Because I wouldn't even be opposed to going Braden Willis because you lost Noah Brown, which is your willing blocker, and Braden Willis is going to block. So if you need somebody that's going to do it all, then Braden Willis might be your guy. If you're looking for a complimentary red zone type of dude, I'd rather go with Davis Allen. But if you're looking for somebody with some talent, I'm looking at Laporta. Oh, and then I can't go ahead and I got to talk about Schoonmaker too from Michigan. He's a good blocker. And if they want that blocker, Michigan tight end. So they got to go Michigan again. If they want that blocker. But yeah, man, if they want that, but if they want somebody that's gonna move, Laporta, damn, what's his? I just had his name. Oh, Tucker Kraft and Mayer, because they be talking about. All right, so look, here's the thing with Mayer, right? The reason why the reason why Mayer, because Mayer doesn't he ain't the modern day tight end, right? The modern day tight end is Kincaid, Waller, Kelsey, Hawkinson, right? That's the modern day tight end. Him, he ain't gonna hit you with a 4-4, right? But one thing he gonna do is use his body. He gonna body you. He gonna get open. I seen him get open. This is what I had on him. I said he 6'4", 265. He gets good yards after the catch. He gives good effort when blocking. He was used as a lead blocker. He lines up wide. He uses his size to bully corners. He got strong hands. He's just not twitchy. He's a complete tight end. He attacks the football in the air. He's a big red zone target. He uses his body to go ahead and secure the catch and to body for position. He runs good routes, especially in breaking routes over the middle, right? That's one thing that you got to say. He runs good routes. He high points the football. And he uses his size to break tackles. Like I said, the only thing is just that he has to use his route running, craftiness, and physicality to get open, which, especially in today's NFL, he can do. So, And that's the reason why he ain't, and that's the reason why he didn't go first round, because of his speed. That's the only reason why, because of his speed. But Ferguson, and Mayer, Ferguson, Laporta, Ferguson, or any of them tight ends that I name with Hendershot, love it. And Loke, the crazy thing about it is, Loke, though, on that interview, I know you heard them vibes, Loke. You heard that mindset, Loke. Like I said, that's that single mom rage thug. Hey, look, I ain't trying to put his business out. Brian Brothers did that yesterday on them, though. But let's just say he was fighting a super soaker charge at Michigan. And y'all know I love them type of He was fighting a super soaker charge at Michigan. So, hey, man, that tells me a lot about you, man. Welcome to Dallas, man. Welcome to Dallas, man. Welcome to Dallas, man. Yes. They said now it's time for Jam Rock, man. Well, welcome to Dallas. Welcome to Dallas. You know, I love that. We needed more of that because we ain't had that on the D-line. We had some good players on the D-line, but we didn't have that type of mindset on the D-line. That was missing. But I'm all for it, though. I'm all for it. But yeah, man. About an hour and a half left, man. We up in there. The draft gonna start. The real first round gonna start, or you could say the extended version of the first round. And yeah, man. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be back a little later on today. And then we gonna talk. We're gonna chop it up. We gonna chop it up, man. We gonna talk about these picks, man. So gotta go hand it. And then yeah, I'll be back on a little later, and we're gonna talk about it. But all right, y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for coming through. And see y'all in a couple hours, man. We up out of here.